Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Blacksad Under the Skin. Now, as you know, Blacksad Under the Skin is a recent 2019 adventure video game that was based on the popular graphic novel series Blacksad, that was written and created by John Dos Candes and John Joe all that. Now, the premise of Blacksad was simple. It was meant to feature a world of anthropomorphic animals similar to Bojack, from stories from Somewhere Within the Shadows and Amarillo always featured animals with a certain characteristic, like sort of polar bears and Arctic foxes were portrayed as white supremacists. Also, gorillas were portrayed as tough boxers, and also so on. And eventually, the developers, Pendulo Studios, and publisher Micro were able to create Blacksad as a video game. Now, the premise of the game is that you're meant to be Blacksad, and you are given a case mostly to help the daughter of a boxing coach who tragically got murdered, and it's up to Blacksad to find out the truth about it. And throughout it, we kind of see how sometimes we do see how Blacksad's actions will play out. We kind of see how Blacksad's will get characters to help them out in situations and so on. There's one scene where when you kind of get attacked by a rhino, he offers to pay you money if you don't tell his wife. And if you don't tell his wife what happened, the rhino who confronts you in Bobby Yell's apartment, who is meant to be a boxer, will go easy on you. And I do admit the story does feel good and something I would see in the Blacksad series. And what's interesting is that it's meant to take place between Arctic Nation and Red Soul. You can tell they still keep the 1950s aesthetic well. And I think what was good about it, in my opinion, it really tries to become the next Telltales. Now, what's not good about it is the fact the game can be quite glitchy. The game can kind of, like, not let you press the certain A button on your Switch. And there were moments where it did kind of froze up, or there were moments where it technically did stop on a certain area and no longer press the A buttons. And when I did restart it again, it cut to the scene of Jake boxing with Blacksad looking on. I think the problem is that had Pendulo Studios had more time to work around it, go back on the glitches, I think we could have had a pretty good game. But it does get annoying that you're going to have to restart the game and go back to it. And I do feel that it's a shame we never really got the other stories adapted, because it would have been interesting to see Somewhere in the Shadows, Arctic Nation, Red Soul, A Silent Hell, and Amarillo made into a game series. I think if Telltale could done the same for Batman, they could have done the same for Blacksad. And I do think the game isn't great, but it's kind of alright. I think if they had more time to work around it, and had they found more time to kind of, go back on it, I get it, this was probably a deadline. So, to me, Blacksad Under the Skin, laid under its game, left a wasted potential, but not a bad game. So I think it deserves A thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but really could have been fixed. So, Comic Reviewer here. signing out.